What's up, YouTube and Lions fans? This is your boy, The Bridge, aka the most delusional Lions fan that you're ever going to meet. Okay, so first things first, if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. It does help the channel grow, and that's what I'm trying to do with this channel. Just, grow it to, get out more information, and to reach more people. So if you could do that, I really appreciate it. But in today's video, we're going to be talking a little bit about why the Lions are not in a bad spot and why Lions fans need to really relax and, just calm down. I'm going to start off with this. There are 7 other teams in the NFL that are 0-3. It's 7 teams that's 0-3 right now. So that's 7 teams that we're better than off the jump. They're 0-3, we're 1-2. I don't care what y'all say. On paper, we 1-2, whatever. I don't really care about none of that. We're 1-2, there's 0-3, so we're better than them. Okay. And then there is 7 other teams outside of us that are 1-2. And those teams are Miami, Jacksonville, the Los Angeles Chargers, New Orleans Saints, the North Carolina Panthers, Washington football team, and the Dallas Cowboys. Okay, so these teams are 1-2 as well as us, so we're, in my opinion, we're on even playing field, because no matter what people say, we were literally 1 catch away from being 2-1. If you call a spade, okay, should we have been in that position? No. Or whatever, should we have won that game and closed that game out? Yes, of course, but we didn't, and we were in the situation that we were in. But at the end of the day, you can't really cry over spoiled milk. It happened. It is what it is. But you can't forget that we were literally 1 catch away from being 2-1 right now. And if we were 2-1 right now, we would literally be 5th? We would be 6th in the NFC conference. We would be 6th. We would be in 6th place if we were 2-1. Because the teams that are ahead of us, the NFC West, they're pretty strong. They got Seattle sitting at 3-1. 3-0. And then the Arizona Cardinals are 2-1. We just gave them a loss, and they're ranked in the top 10 in the power rankings. So it's like we just gave them a loss, so we have some talent there. A lot of people forget that we lost those 2 games early because why? We didn't have our cornerbacks healthy. We didn't have our lead offensive weapon healthy. What else? We had coaching errors, that were easy, like things that could easily be fixed, So it was a lot of things that went into place in those first 2 games that made Lions fans overreact. But me, I'm gonna stay calm, I'm gonna stay poised because I know that we're better than what we're seeing right now. And people love to pick Stafford apart. Well, he could have did this, he should have did this, and he didn't do this. He missed this guy, he missed that guy. Well, it's easy to, be a quarterback at home on the couch watching the game. Of course, you're going to point some stuff out, but until you put that helmet on and you're on the field, you don't know what he sees. You can't tell the man how to do his job. You can have an opinion, of course, but when it comes to you, just bashing the man because you saw something on the TV that he didn't see on the field, y'all do understand that it's a different viewpoint from when you're on the field than when you're watching the game. You get a view, an overhead view of the game, so you can see everything at home. But when you're in the game, you're on the field, you're looking, you can't see on top unless you're 12 feet. You're not going to be able to see all of that, So it's like, okay, did he miss some guys? Yeah. But did we get the win? Yeah. So be happy with the win, man, and critique the little things that you want to critique, but don't bash the guy saying that he's not good and all of this. We got the win. What more do y'all want? Y'all complain that we didn't win or whatever. We lost 2 games or whatever. Cool. But when you look at it, we lost 2 games to teams that are 3-0. Right now, we're the only NFL team whose both losses came to teams that were that are 3-0. The Bears, in my opinion, their record makes them look better than what they are because, they beat they beat the Giants 13-17. They barely beat the Giants. That should have been a win. They barely beat them, though. And then they played the Falcons, who are also an 0-3 team, and they barely beat them. So their other 2 wins outside of us came from teams that are 0-3. And Lions fans let it, we're not better than the Bears right now. Ooh, Like, are y'all serious? They just benched their quarterback. And if y'all go and look at my last videos, I said Nick Foles is going to be starter quarterback in week 3. And sure enough, Nick Foles he became the starting quarterback. You know, it was in week 3, but it came in halftime. You know, so it was just like I seen that coming. You know, Mitch, people saying he picked us apart, whatever. We didn't have no corners. You know, we didn't have corners, man. And then with the safety position between Walker and Harris, like, they didn't know what they wanted to do there, you know. So it's like we're just now starting to get things rolling. And then we just got the guy Kurz back. He's going to be a big help to us, you know. So it's like, just relax, man. You know, relax. We're not in a bad spot. You know, like, did we drop 2 games in their division games? Yes, but those games are always tough. Name a time we played the Green Bay Packers or the Bears and we went into this game like, yeah, we definitely got it. Like, that's never the case. Those games are tough. They're division games, you know. Those are tough games, you know. And we were literally a pass away from beating one of the teams, and the team that's sitting in second place in our division, you know, in the NFC North is the Bears, and like they literally their wins came from teams that were 0-3, the Giants and the Falcons. So it's not like they knocked off the Rams or knocked off the Kansas City Chiefs and stuff like that, or in Green Bay's case, you know, the Saints, you know, like it's like they didn't beat no quality opponents. But we're going to see because they play the Bucs next, and I don't think they're going to win that game. They're going to take a loss. Then after that, they play the Panthers, and that's going to be a tough game because the Panthers, they're not the Giants and they're not the Falcons. They're going to have to actually game plan and come out with something. Then they play the Rams, and then they play the Saints. So their next 4 games are kind of tough. And when you look at our next 4 games, we play the Saints is a tough opponent. Then we have the Jaguars. You know, like I don't want to speak on that, but that's one that I'm excited for. I'm excited for that game against Jaguars. The Falcons, I'm excited for that game. And the Colts, I'm excited for that game as well. I know that's going to be a tough one, but I'm still excited for it. Now, the Saints, on the other hand, this next game is going to be a little tough, but we just got to make sure we stay patient because we have a chance to go into week 8, you know, at 500, you know, so just don't overreact to stuff, you know. Minnesota is in our division too, in the NFC North, and they're sitting at 0-3. Nobody's talking about how Minnesota is 0-3 right now. You know, like, I wonder why that is. You know, like, they're 0-3. Let it have been the Lions as 0-3. You know, like, fans, media, everybody picking us apart. You know, like, are they going to have another 0-16 season? Am I the only person that watches the game and hear the commentators, like, talking about, like, how, well, I hope they can pull it together this time? Like, bro, just shut up. Let us play, man. Come on, damn. You know, like, I'm tired of that. You know, like, the commentators, it's like they jinx us, man. They jinx us every time or whatever. But the toughest division for the North is the NFC West. You know, like, it's those teams over there are pretty good. You know, but like, we're not in a bad place. I looked up the power rankings. They have us at 19. They have the Bears sitting at 18. You know, like, so I mean, you can really call that what it is. And then the team that the Bears beat, the Giants, are sitting at number 32. They're literally last in the league. That should tell you something. And then the other team that they played, the Falcons, are like 20, what are they, 21 or 22? You know, like, they're not in the bad spot, but they're on 3, man. They should be lower on the list than that, you know. But so I'm just telling y'all, man, like, just relax, bro. We're not in a bad spot. The Lions definitely still have a good chance to make the playoffs. I personally feel like we're going to make the playoffs. You know, just for the simple fact that I'm looking at the NFC, you know, and outside of that division, it's pretty much up for grabs, man. Like, and that's just me being real. Like, it's really up for grabs. Like, because when you look at the NFC East, like Washington, Dallas, Philly, and the Giants, like, Washington is 1-2, Dallas is 1-2, Philly is 0-2 right now. They haven't won. They'll be 0-3 pretty soon. And the New York Giants are 0-3. You know, so it's like, okay, we clearly have the chance to, you know, beat out all of those teams. And then Green Bay in our division and Chicago. Like, I don't see Chicago sitting above us for much longer. Like, and if you really think about it and you look at their schedule and look at our schedule, I can't see that. I don't think they're going to, you know, be sitting in that spot for long. And then when you look at the NFC South, you have Tampa Bay, New Orleans, Carolina, and Atlanta. Now Tampa Bay and New Orleans, they're going to be tough in the NFC. You know, I'm not taking nothing away from them. You know, Drew Brees, he's definitely playing with a chip on his shoulder. All this talk about, you know, him getting up there in age, because I believe he's 41 now. People saying that he's old and on the decline, you know, so he's coming out with a different mindset. And then when you look at, you know, that NFC West is tough, you know. But I feel like the Los Angeles Rams, their schedule in the beginning has carried them a little bit. I feel like when we get down deeper into like the weeks, like week 7, 8, and 9 and stuff like that, they're gonna fall off. In Arizona, they definitely gonna fall off as well. Like, so the NFC West looks strong right now, but about week 7, week 8, it's not even, you're not gonna hear a lot about the NFC West. You're gonna hear about Seattle, they're in the NFC West, and then you're gonna hear about the 49ers, because their defense is like crazy. You know, their defense is really crazy. So, man, I just really feel like we need to just stay patient, calm down, relax, get a team as much support as we can, because we definitely have a chance to, you know, get into the playoffs this year, especially with Patricia sitting on the hot seat, and he know that he's sitting on the hot seat. You know, it's one thing when people want your job, but when you know that people want your job, that's when it gets real, you know. So I feel like his coaching ability has definitely stepped up, and he's definitely went into a new, or he hasn't gotten there yet, but I feel like he's getting there. So that's pretty good, you know. And the last thing I want to end on is, please just give the team a chance to be great. You know, don't doubt them before we even, you know, we're not even in week 8, you know, like, give them a chance to be great, man, because they ain't showing nothing but potential, you know. So this your boy The Bridge, man, aka the most delusional Lions fan that you're ever going to meet. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. I'm out.